I want to be the first person to make this video. What has happened to BlueTech Survival? It has been over a year since I last made an episode of BlueTech Survival. What's happened? Is it returning? And do I expect to continue it? I am here inside of BlueTech Survival, the world that everyone knows of. The best series of all time, BlueTech Survival. Of course, that's just the intro, and it's a catchphrase, not a, it's not proof, doesn't need to be the best series in the world, but it's just there to make the intro more enjoyable. And I want to go through a few things and while I'm walking around BlueTech Survival, and why it's been a very long time since I have brought the series to like the channel again after returning to like OG Minecraft and then bringing it back to like the new content with like Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. And as now you can probably see on the channel, the Bedrock content, the Bedrock live streams are doing much better than the Java ones. What do I exactly plan to do from here? BlueTech Survival was not actually meant to be, a series that I was going to carry on for like forever. But I was going to do like a cool story twist later down the line and try and do like a few hundred episodes before this series ended. It hasn't ended before anyone asks. I just basically stepped back because it didn't fit the content I was doing around the time, which made a lot of sense. But what about today? What about if I want to just make a series which is slow, nostalgic, and just relaxing to the viewers? I feel like BlueTech Survival could fit that part, but I honestly have to redo an entire story, which makes it really interesting. And as I say, I've not really done story stuff in like Minecraft quite often. I'm always doing like, Bed Wars or survival servers. I've never really, stepped into making an entire big story out of a Minecraft world, which for BlueTech Survival could be really, it'll be a new lesson to learn. But of course, there's just so much that needs to be done. I also want to mention that the whole BlueTech Survival build, I thought I lost for like a bit of time, but because of the cleverness of like knowing how to back stuff up, I'm really lucky to have the wheels still. I also want to say that, I've had like a few people over the last year or so ask for where BlueTech Survival, bring back BlueTech Survival, etc. And I am thinking still. And right now, I honestly don't think it's going to be fair without continuing it with a Fat Nose. If you guys do not know who Fat Nose is, that's Fanta. Plays the role of Fat Nose in the world. And of course, the Fat Nose talks as well, which is a problem. It's just not easy to replace because you have to then redo the whole story and then redo the whole voice. It just would be a real pain in the rear end. And I honestly don't have time to do that. So now that I've explained a few things about BlueTech Survival, what could be happening from here? So I'm hoping to get the story back on the roll in the next coming 6 months, probably less, depending on time scales, upload schedules, etc. And if it's possible to bring the story back as it was prior to the complete year of just no upload. I feel like that could be really good for the series, but I don't think it's going to be as recognizable as it used to be. I feel like I want to try and make a little twist on the story as well, where I can actually go into a document and do some like nibbly bits, like everyone in the world who's also in that episode can look at the document for that particular episode and look at what we're building instead of trying to guess. That would probably be a lot easier for those as well who, I invite down the line to play a character in BlueTech Survival. I also feel like Let's Plays as a whole is not as popular as they used to be. And that's completely fine because SMPs and stuff like that have, took over, fully scripted SMPs are more popular as well. But I feel like Let's Plays, as I don't want to fully script BlueTech Survival, I want to make it easier for anyone who joins in the future to be able to build stuff without having to struggle. Yes, I do have a planned world. I do plan stuff in a world prior to the episodes, and maybe eventually down the line I'll probably go back into it and build something else. But for now, that's going to be it for today. If that's everything you wanted to know about BlueTech Survival, if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be interested to read them because, you know, seeing what people's opinions about the series or anything, it really helps. I will leave a link in the description to the last episode or the playlist of BlueTech Survival, so if you want to watch it for yourself just to see what could be improved, that would help out as well in the long term, because maybe some suggestions might actually help the entire series grow. Who knows? But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.